In the heart of a small, isolated town, nestled among the dense woods, stood the ominous Briarwood Hospital. Its towering, decaying facade seemed to absorb the fading sunlight, casting an eerie pallor over the entire neighborhood. Briarwood had been abandoned for decades, but its dark history still haunted the town's whispers. One chilly autumn evening, as the leaves rustled with an unsettling whisper and the moon hung low, a group of daring teenagers decided to explore the haunted hospital. Sarah, the adventurous leader, convinced her friends, Mark, Lisa, and Alex, to join her on this spine-tingling adventure. The hospital's entrance was encrusted with vines, their gnarled fingers clawing at anyone who dared to pass. Cautiously, they stepped through the shattered glass doors, the echoes of their footsteps resonating ominously in the desolate hallways. Their flashlights flickered and cast eerie shadows on the peeling wallpaper as they ventured deeper into the forsaken building. Sarah led the way, her nerves hidden behind a facade of determination. The air grew colder with each step, and a sense of dread settled upon them. As they explored the hospital's labyrinthine corridors, they stumbled upon a room that sent shivers down their spines. It was an operating theater, covered in a thick layer of dust. A rusted surgical table stood ominously at its center, accompanied by rusty, blood-stained tools that seemed to emanate malevolence. Just as their unease reached its peak, a blood-curdling scream echoed from the darkness. Panic gripped their hearts, and they rushed toward the source of the sound, reaching a room adorned with old patient beds. There, they found a diary. Its pages told of an experimental procedure conducted on patients, and the horrifying outcomes that followed. It spoke of screams in the night and patients disappearing without a trace. The diary's last entry was chilling. They're still here. Their tortured souls linger in these walls. Run. The teenagers exchanged fearful glances as the words sunk in. The hospital was not just abandoned, it was cursed. They knew they had to leave, but the hospital seemed determined to trap them. Hallways shifted, doors slammed shut, and ghostly whispers filled the air. Panic turned into terror as they realized they were not alone. Shadowy figures lurked in the corners of their vision, and the temperature dropped drastically. Lisa's flashlight flickered and died, plunging them into darkness. Fear gripped her, and she clung to Mark, who tried to reassure her with trembling words. In their frantic attempt to escape, they stumbled upon a morgue. The chilling sight of open body bags and a corpse-covered table sent them into a frenzy. Desperate to flee, they found themselves separated in the chaotic scramble. Sarah, now alone, wandered deeper into the hospital's depths. She heard a faint voice, calling her name. The ghostly apparition of a nurse beckoned her towards an old, decrepit elevator. Against her better judgment, she entered it, and it descended into the bowels of the hospital. In the eerie subterranean levels, Sarah discovered the source of the curse. It was an ancient ritual chamber, adorned with ominous symbols. Tormented souls trapped in grotesque, half-human forms emerged from the shadows, whispering their agony. Desperate to reunite with her friends and escape the nightmare, Sarah realized that the only way to break the curse was to perform a ritual. But doing so required a life to be sacrificed. She knew there was no choice but to offer her own. As Sarah began the ritual, the hospital shook with fury. The tormented spirits howled, their forms disintegrating into mist. The building itself seemed to writhe in pain. Just as the ritual reached its climax, Sarah's friends, drawn by the commotion, arrived in time to stop her. Mark, Lisa, and Alex pleaded with Sarah, refusing to let her make such a sacrifice. Together, they completed the ritual using the diary they had found earlier, offering their collective strength and determination to counter the curse. With a deafening roar, the hospital began to crumble around them. The spirits wailed and vanished into the ether. The curse was broken, but at a great cost. The teenagers narrowly escaped as the hospital collapsed, leaving behind only a mound of rubble and darkness. The nightmare had ended, but the horrors of Briarwood Hospital would forever haunt the dreams. They had faced unspeakable terrors, and in the process, had saved not only themselves but the town from the malevolent grip of the cursed hospital. It was a chilling tale they would carry with them for the rest of their lives, a testament to the darkness that could lurk in the most unsuspecting places.